Good morning. I'm Amanda Ward, and this is Emily Eigen. We are here this morning to share with you the Bainbridge Island School District's story of using learning walks to help teachers move from operating in relative isolation to instructors collaborating together in a variety of ways using the Danielson framework. The Bainbridge Island School District is small. There's about 3,900 students and high performing. 91% of our students go on to a 2- or 4-year college. And we have a very experienced teaching staff that's also very independent. This context makes it difficult to shift instructional practice. When the TPEP process rolled out, many teachers saw this new system as one focused on accountability rather than professional learning. The district provided each teacher with this text, and many teachers saw it as a book filled with educational jargon and rubrics for evaluation rather than as a professional learning tool. Few teachers read the text in detail, and even fewer discussed it with their colleagues. TPEP became an independent and closed process between a teacher and her evaluator. And today we're here to talk about how we moved from closed doors to collaborative practice in less than 2 years using learning walks. In 2015, our district hired coaches in each building to assist with professional learning efforts. The intent for coaches was to conduct observational cycles with willing teachers in order to shift TPEP into more of a professional learning stance. We quickly realized that we faced several challenges. How do we conduct peer observations in an atmosphere where teaching was not seen as a public practice and autonomy was highly valued? How do we work together to create a common language around our framework in the varied landscape of different buildings, different grade levels, different disciplines, and different experience levels? What was our entry point? Our district hired coaches to lead observational cycles, but it was difficult to get willing teachers to participate. We needed to find a less threatening entry point, and we discovered that in learning walks. Using the Danielson framework to focus observations in classes, conversations developed around a shared understanding of the language in the framework. Teachers saw each other at work, asked authentic questions, and reflected on their practice. By the end of the first year, teachers and students were comfortable with having adults in their room. We not only received many requests for learning walks, but teachers also asked to participate in observational cycles with coaches. We had started conversations around instruction and made inroads as coaches with this unfamiliar role many teachers didn't know about.
We wanted to expand the use of learning walks, particularly since they were a natural entry point for coaching cycles. We did this by requiring learning walks as part of our new comprehensive teacher induction program. 17% of our teaching staff is new to the district this year. We required all new teachers to participate in 2 learning walks, one in the fall and one in the spring. The fall learning walk focused on classroom environment. This allowed new teachers the chance to get to know their new setting, as well as to develop a shared understanding of Danielson's component 2, the classroom environment. The spring learning walk, they're differentiated based on teacher need. Some are focusing on questioning and discussion strategies, while others are focusing on assessment. Again, these are rooted in the Danielson framework. We also continue to offer learning walks to our more experienced teachers. With the increase in this practice, we've seen teams of teachers designing their own learning walks, as well as other professional development around a specific instructional strategy, like number talks in our elementary schools. And new teachers have developed a much deeper understanding of the expectations of our district and the language of the Danielson framework as a result of these learning walks. We're now seeing classroom teachers organizing their own learning walks based on their own needs and interests. Teachers are replicating the process initially developed by coaches, and they're using the protocols that we developed. This distributive leadership model has helped us to leverage our resources so that more teachers can participate in learning walks. You've heard our story. At our facilitated forum, you'll hear from participants in this story and be able to ask them questions. You'll also walk away with specific resources and protocols that we've used in the learning walks to lead to increased collaboration and a shared understanding of the language in the Danielson framework. We look forward to seeing you upstairs at our discussion, but if you're unable to attend, please feel free to contact us. Our email addresses are up there. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.